Hello. Is I kind Ketrah. I wanna play some beat. No, I've only ever actually played. Actually, I think I played a little bit of class. I played a tiny bit of butterflies. Butterflies is kind of stupid. Stupid butterflies. That's just like some up to level 25. I'm getting pretty far. But yeah, let's just jump into the meat and the potatoes, man. I'm tired. I got back from Disney. I was at Epcot all day. Tiny bit of the Hollywood Studios. I got to see the new Star Wars area. That was really cool. Yeah. I'm not even that into Star Wars. I think Star Wars is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm like, you know what? To all those fans out there, George Lucas, the man himself, you finally got your thing. You got it. You did it. You won. I'm proud of you. Disney's like, we're gonna make a shit ton of money off these nerds. And you know what? I'm sure most of them aren't even mad about it. I wouldn't be. I'm mad about Nintendo World. Man, I can't wait to spend so much money on Nintendo World. You would not believe it. But that's not coming here, at least to the States, for a while. And I sadly don't live in Japan yet. Someday I'd love to, but I don't right now. God, where is he? What is it? I'm trying to find some floors, and I can't find anything. I usually find this time. Those are my touch. I really want to play Puzzle and Dragon. I saw that at the direct. They're like, oh yeah, Puzzle Dragon's coming to Switch. It's like not even $5. I'm like, I'm still gonna wait for it to go on sale because that's just the way I am. So I pay almost $5 and I could pay, I don't know, like 99 cents for one of my favorite games. I love Puzzle and Dragon. Okay, I used to play the shiz out of Puzzle and Dragon, the mobile version. Back when I was a wee little lassie getting into mobile gaming. Let's play Puzzle and Dragon. Dragon. It wasn't Dragon City. It wasn't Dragon City. It was it's the other Dragon Park one. Oh, frick! I'm blanking out. It wasn't Dragon City though. It was the other Dragon one. I really like that game. I like me some Dragon games. I love the Puzzle and Dragon one though because that was like my first, one of my first introductions into Final Fantasy. And I love the crossovers with them. And I got really far in the game, and then I had to delete it off my Android Jelly Bean, my cruddy tablet. It was like $50 on Black Friday. Not worth it at all. Man, I don't get moves here. I'm crap moves. And I wanna play Puzzle and Dragon. I got addicted to that, okay? I got really freaking good at that game. Just the way you swoosh things around. It's so freaking satisfying once you figure it out. combos and shit. And you get better guys, and you get extra time, so you can do even more combos and shit. It's so satisfying, man. That's the thing about matching games. I love them. Just most of them suck. Because most of them want to suck, you know, the money straight out of you. I'm just like, I just want to be here. My mind is bleh. And I just want to play Smash 3 some stuff. Yeah. You stupid game. You're like, well, you got this really cool cube. You should use it. I don't want to use it. Use it. Fine, you're so mean. You're so mean. I could do with yellow guys, blue guys. Blue, there's one. Yellow guys, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, 8. Purple guys, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, there's 9 of these guys. The orange guys, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like the orange. Noise. Finally, we're getting some answers. Man, I always wanted to play the 3DS version of Puzzle and Dragon 2. Cause I had like Mario characters and shit. Oh my gosh, Summer, it's so good to see you. I am pooped. Like, rightfully, ever so lastingly pooped. We walked a lot. And I can't. Man, Parks and me don't go together very well. I already can't stay outside very long because, you know, I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I remember I was actually talking about this in a different chat room, because I was in someone else's stream, you know. I was like talking about, I was like, man, I never realized how weird of a condition I have. But I guess it is kind of weird. Why am I streaming not resting though? Real quick. Cause I wanted to play Bejeweled. And I was like, I need an excuse to play this. I'm gonna stream. I don't know why. Sometimes my Bejeweled addictions just come in and out. Okay. And when I have the drive to play Bejeweled, I have the drive to play Bejeweled. Okay. It's unhealthy. And it doesn't happen very often. So when I have the drive to play Bejeweled, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna write this high. Otherwise, I'll be thinking about this for the entire day. Just like, I wanna play Bejeweled. I wanna play Bejeweled. And then I'm like, okay, I played Bejeweled. It's like, you know, having that really rich chocolate cake from Cheesecake Factory. You're like, oh, I really want that chocolate cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. And you finally eat it and you're like, dear God, I don't want this for like 3 months, if not more. Because it's so freaking rich. But Becheweld's just such a good feel time that's not as, you know, it's not as bad as Cheesecake Factory, but it is, it's, you know, you can only do so much. I mean, it's match 3 and I play on Zen mode. It's so good. It makes me so sad that PopCap Games was bought out by, what was it, EA? Because they made so many good, like, what would now be, like, free-to-play games. Like, obviously, you know, Bejeweled, Candy Crush. You know, Keen would be having a field day. They'd already do. And it's just, like, PopCap Games is so creative, and I love their stuff. And again, actually free to play. You don't have to go to your friends on Facebook and be like, hey, can you please? I need more hearts and stamina. I'm dying here. Wait, really? I did not know that. It's so cool. I know on Facebook they used to have like their Bejeweled. I'm pretty sure they still have it on there. And I used to play a tiny bit of that. But I never got super into it. Again, I didn't really care much for the free-to-play structure. I just love owning the game, and there's that. It's good. But I played a tiny bit of it. It definitely was not the worst free-to-play game on Facebook. I'll tell you that. It was no Farmville. Dear God, I tried getting to Farmville one time when I was younger. I was like, man, this is stupid. The amount of, hey, you want this cool seasonal cow that's like $5? Like, no. And then you see all these old grannies who have amazing, immaculate farms, and it just fills you with depression, man. Fills you with gosh dang depression. Like, honey, you poor old soul. Oh my god, man, it's so, it's so good to see. Yeah. I'm playing Bejeweled. I'm tired. I was at Disney. And I just want to play Bejeweled. Because I'm tired. I want to play Bejeweled. Oh man, Bejeweled. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys. So speaking of Disney and shiz, I was outside a lot today. And I usually don't feel it too badly. I have what's called yeah, Cora was there with me too. We had a good time. Her kids and shiz and everyone else. It was fun. We went with some of her husband's friends too. That was fun. But yeah, I have what's I keep getting off track. I'm too tired for this shiz, man. I'm too tired. Oh, it's called solar urticaria, and it's basically this condition where my skin is thinner than most people's, so I can't stay out in the heat for very long. Which sucks. Like, I can't be out in the sun for too long. And usually by the time, you know, you usually have it at a young age, right? And then after a while it clears up because, you know, your skin grows and shit, and it's all good. But my skin was like, hey, how's about if I never did that? And so some people have that to where it's like, hey, you just have thinner skin than most people for the rest of your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it sucks because it's funny enough, my little sister, she has the exact opposite problem where her skin's actually slightly thicker than most people's, and she can do something about it. But you can basically put like this cream on you to like get rid of that extra layer or some shiz, but I can't do that with my skin. If I were to put a cream on me to get rid of my extra skin, I would be even more. That would be no good. So, it sucks. It sucks. Yeah. So basically, with solar urticaria, if I stay out in the sun for too long, I'll get, like really bad hives. And, like, I'll get really lightheaded and shiz. And, a lot faster than most people, too. Because of that. So people are like, oh man, it's not that bad outside. And like, yeah, I know it's not. But my body's like, so it sucks. Because I live in a very warm climate too. And Disney World, dear God, is not, especially Epcot. Epcot, there's so many areas that aren't even shaded. it sucks. But when you're inside, oh, it feels amazing. So it's a godsend, man. It's a gosh dang. Oh, yeah, it's excellent. I feel ya, Bejeweled. Oh, you have some issues too, Zomer? Yeah, I feel like everybody has at least something. Whether it's physical, mental, or all. Humans are all sorts of things. This sucks. I love being outside too. I really do. I wanted to be a gardener when I was younger. I used to go outside all the time because I used to live in the countryside. And I loved being outside, but it was hard for me because I couldn't stay outside very long unless, of course, I was in the shade or something. Even then, I had to be careful. So to constantly have to, like, especially on vacations and stuff, I'd have to wear hats and shoes. Yeah, I wanted to be a gardener, and I really thought about getting into gardening and stuff. Like, I remember, my grandpa, one of my grandpas, he's, like, my wealthier grandpa. One time we went to this bookstore, right? And I went to impress him, and he was like, hey, you can get one book. Any book that you want. So you know what I got? I get this big, fat book of weeds. I don't think I have the book anymore. It was a pretty thick book, just about all sorts of freaking weeds. And he was like, are you sure this is the book you want? I'm like, yeah! I was like, oh man, I'm so cool. I'm not like all the other kids. I got a book of weeds. It was really informative too. It didn't make any sense. Yeah, because again, he was like super wealthy and shiz. So I could have even gotten like, I could have gotten Percy Jackson. I could have gotten Aragon. I could have gotten a cool book. Instead, I got a freaking fat book on weeds. I could have gotten The Giving Tree. I could have gotten Dr. Seuss. Oh man, that was stupid. I had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get like any book I wanted as a young age. And what do? I splurged it on freaking weeds. Yeah, okay, it was a really cool thick book. And again, I was like, I want to get into gardening. I used to read like a bunch of these gardening books. Like I did like this little pocket book that talk about all these different like rotary gardens around the world and shiz. It was a really old book too, like the pictures in it were in black and white and shiz. And I loved it though. I don't think I'd get into gardening anymore though. Like I still love doing it. I don't think I'd want it as a job though. One, I'm terrified of bees and bugs and shiz. I hate bugs. And two, I'm slow as frick when it comes to gardening. Which I know if you're gonna make it into a job, you can't be slow. So that sucks too. I don't know. I wanna do gardening again. I used to just sit outside all day and pick weeds. Like when I was bored, I'd be like, alright, Mom, I'm going outside, I'm gonna be picking weeds. And she's like, okay. Can you go get those weeds over by the side there? And be like, yep, already on it. And yeah. Yeah, I was that kid. I didn't have any friends. For a very long time at least. I mean, eventually. But for a good chunk of my life, I didn't really have any friends. It didn't, like, I used to live back in my hometown, back in Monroe, up in Yale, Wisconsin, right? And then I moved, and then I never saw any of my old friends after that, really. Saw them maybe a handful of times. And then, I don't know. I kind of became a homebody. Stuck inside for the most part. I never really connected to any of the kids in my neighborhood because they're all like viral. I don't know. It wasn't till my senior year, right? My senior year of high school. I had to go back because I was homeschooled most of my life, right? So I could stay inside. And so my mom was like, hey, unless you want to go and get your high school GED, which is like this test that you have to take, prove that, hey, you have a high school education and shiz and stuff. Because we didn't even, like, our school program that we used for homeschooling wasn't even accredited. It was an awful program, dear God, and I used it for most of my life. If you hear anyone using the program SOS Switched on Schoolhouse, tell them to run miles upon miles upon miles away from that sucker. That program sucks. I won't get into here, but it sucks. But yeah, where is it going? Oh yeah, but then my senior year of high school, it was great. I met a ton of people I'm friends with now. I mean, that's how I met Nate, my mate, which you sometimes, you've seen him on, I think. I don't know if you guys specifically have seen him on here, but I have streamed with him. Well, I love streaming with him. I love the man. He's cool. I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely living a much happier life. I'm glad I am. Living a happy life. I'm not able to sit outside anymore and take weeds for hours on end. Which I do kind of miss. But I don't know. I'm still doing a bunch of stuff that I never would have been able to back when I was younger. Like, I'm streaming! And I get to be with you guys. I'm more sociable than... I'm the most sociable I've ever been my entire life. And it feels really nice. I really like it. I've never really been the most talkative type. I'm pretty awkward. Except around certain people, I don't know. If I'm around a group of nerds, I'm like, oh man, I could talk to you people. You are my people, and I could talk to you for hours. Like, I have to hold myself back from, like, going up to people with, like, you know, like the Fruits Basket or, like, anime graphic tees at, like, Disney World. And, like, I'm so, like, tempted to be like, oh my god, I love your shirt or some shiz. I don't know if I should or not, you know, I don't know. I just want to be like, oh my god, that show is so good, right? Yeah, life's full of a shiz ton of twists. Both good and bad. It's a lot bad. I mean, COVID was definitely a twist, and that wasn't a very good twist. That was more of a twist, not just your ankle, but a bit of your neck too, kind of twist to life. But there's also a lot of good twists, like, hey, the twist of me being able to do this and play Bejeweled. Oh no. There's some good twists. Guys ever eaten Twizzlers? Those things are great twists. Ever played a game of Bop It? Gotta twist it. It's a good twist. Man, now I wanna play Bop It. I haven't played Bop It in a long time, man. I used to have one of the little Bop It things. Sucked at it. But I was always so proud of myself when I could beat the little record. Like, it'd be like, your new record and shit. Oh my god! So awesome. I bopped it real good. I wonder if I'd be better at it now. Because I've been playing a lot of rhythm games and stuff, so my reaction time has gotten a bit better. I don't know. Maybe I would be. That'd be fun. I don't know. That's another thing I want to stream sometime. I want to stream some rhythm games, but all the rhythm games I play, I feel like you have to play in like tablet mode, like, or like phone mode. Like I play Project Sekai, which is basically like this Hatsune Miku rhythm game on mobile that I love. I'm addicted to that one. I love Demo. Arkea's pretty good too. I've been playing that one. Whoa, shiz! What the frick? What? What? I'm glad I have that recorded. That was so cool. Oh my god, I love Bejeweled. Now that's another good twist to life. Oh, that was a spicy meatball. Oh. See, that's what I mean about Bejeweled. It's so freaking satisfying, man. So satisfying when you get that combo just right. Oh. I mean, I love, you know, I'm not even the first person to say, like, I love, like, you know, I love, like, power washing, you know, what is it, power washing porn, you know, rinse that off just right and shiz. But man, have you ever made, like, a really good combo in Bejeweled 3? I mean, I've heard sex is great, but have you ever made a spectacular combo in Bejeweled 3? This is satisfying as frick. Oh man, it just comes out of you out of nowhere. You're like, oh my god, keeps going, keeps going. Oh my god. I love it. You know, I remember there's this old match. I don't know, it's like this weird matching game. It's called Alchemy. And there's like this wizard head. You know, because this is back in the old days of like Windows XP. And he'd be like, welcome to Alchemy. And I'd be like, oh shiz. And, or I used to play like, I want to play it. Because it looked really cool. You have to like match certain stuff, like alchemy symbols with each other and like fill out this board. I know, it's really cool. I'm surprised they never did anything else with it. But it's definitely came lost to time. I'll say that. I don't even, you know, there's just those childhood games where like, I have no idea how I got this game, but I got it, and I would have never gotten it as an adult, that's for sure. Those hidden gems from your childhood, man, those are like the best. I mean, and then some of them, I mean, it sucks, those kind of games, because, like, oh man, this game's so cool. I wonder if they did anything else with that game. Nope. But sometimes you get lucky and you get, oh man, like, that last Nintendo Direct when they announced, like, the Klonoa, Fantasy Reverie series, where they're remaking the first and second game, like, remastering it. I died in my I wish you guys had seen my reaction, but I was in a Discord call with my friends. And I was a little bit behind them, for, you know, because my internet's crap. And they're like, so, you know, they're a few seconds in there, and all they said were, they're like, oh man, Ketrah's gonna like this one. Because they all know that I'm a sucker for, like, Klonoa and Kirby and shiz. And it's like, oh, I wonder what it is. That's, like, is it more Kingdom Hearts or something? Is it... And then I just see on the screen, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie! And I had to go back and rewatch that trailer after the direct, because I watched like maybe the first 3 seconds of it, and then I fell in my chair crying. I get really emotional when it comes to certain games, so to speak, and seeing a beloved game of mine that I thought was dead and lost in the shadows forever, maybe just a wee bit emotional. just a little. I'm so sad. Like, you guys have no idea, just, oh man, that game, it's still surreal to me that that game is a thing. Like, I was like, freaking Bubsy got a new game, but not Klonoa? And, I mean, come on, man. Come on, game companies. Get your shiz together. I mean, I understand, like, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, they were, like, PlayStation mascots, but... I mean, shiz, they made Bubsy before Gex? What kind of messed up timeline is this? But then, you know, I forgave this timeline. So, can't be too harsh on this timeline, you know. And who knows, maybe someday we'll pick Gex. But we'll see. Yeah, that too. It's like, was the trailer even that good? You know? Like, should this be something I'm excited about? I'm a little critical here and there. Like, there's some things where I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. And there's other things where I'm like, I don't know about, like, models and stuff. But then again, I know the game's still in development. And, like, the lighting, like, that was a big thing for a lot of people. It's like, man, why the frick is Lolo glowing in, like, this really dark area? And in a later trailer, which is basically the same thing, but I think slightly updated. They'd fixed that already, so I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna be too critical of it right now. I'm gonna wait till the game actually comes out, you know? Because I feel like no matter what game, of course it's gonna look like a little, like, wonky before it actually comes out. Unless you're Pokemon Arceus, in which case you still look like... X would be great. Oh man, imagine, just, you see like this weird lizard doing the next Nintendo Direct, and you're like, no! And then Gex comes out, he's like, wait, hello there, and it's like, oh man. It's on like the set of like freaking Star Wars or some shit. I don't freaking know, it'd be awesome. I never even played Gex. I just have a lot of fond memories of it because it's how I found a lot of YouTubers and stuff. Like, I found, like, Scott the Waz that way. Yeah. I think KindaKetrah also covered it. Like that's how I first. I think that's how I first learned about cats. Was KindaKetrah. Good old cat. I don't know. There's quite a few YouTubers that have covered cats. For good reason. Ooh. I'm gonna rewatch those videos now. Oh man. John Tron. I can't remember if John Tron covered cats. I know he covered Titanic and Bejeweled stuff. I mean, John Tron, man. He's a cool guy. I'd love to meet the man someday. He's pretty cool. I don't know. I wonder if he'll... He goes on a lot of hiatuses. But it's always just such a joy whenever I see a new video from John Tron. It's like, oh, the Messiah cometh again. I found Waldo. It's just like, you don't always find Waldo, but every time you do, it's like, oh man, he's come. Whoa, shiz, I got 2 of the cube things. I wonder if I'll be able to like match them. That'd be cool. Actually. Is there a way you can combine the 2 hypercubes? I have no idea how to get them to each other, that's the only thing. I just wasted. Well, you know, science. You learn that for science. Alright, I'm gonna finish this level. And then I'm probably gonna get off. But, it'll take me a bit. Hold on. How is it? Like, brains, toast, eggs. Oh man, you remember the old drug commercials? Like, this is your brain on drugs. There's some lady who'd crack an egg on this frying pan, and then she'd be like, and this is your brain on cocaine and crack. And then she'd like break the entire kitchen and everything. You're like, holy frick! This is immense, man. So cool. And be like, man, that's so destructive. You're ruining a perfectly good kitchen. Stuff's probably really expensive, man. Why would you do that? I still... Okay, my favorite commercial. Okay, there's a difference between my favorite Christmas commercial and my favorite commercial. There's 2 separate ones. My favorite commercial, though, is the I just shipped my pants commercial. And it was this, I can't remember if it was like Target or Kmart or some shiz. It was one of those grocery stores. But it starts off with this man who's like, I just shipped my pants right here, right now. And, you know, you think he's saying, you know, the S-H-I-T, but he's actually saying the S-H-I-P. And everyone's like, you just ship your pants? And he's like, I just shipped my pants. And then it goes into, like, you know, this other guy who's like, I just shipped my bed. And then this, like, happy couple was like, we just shipped our drawers. It was very convenient. And I just love how chaotic. Like, every time that commercial would be on TV, I'd call it to my parents and be like, oh my gosh, Ma, freaking commercials on TV. It's on TV again. Dang, it's so... yeah. It's a good... I highly recommend just look up, I just shit my pants commercial. It's a good one. I still go back and rewatch that one every once in a while. But my favorite Christmas one, I would be very surprised if you haven't heard of this one. It's Folgers coffee commercial, right? And it opens up, and um this boy and this girl, right? They go up to this, this guy's visiting this chick for Christmas, and he's like, "Hey," and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you for Christmas." And they look longingly into each other's eyes and stuff, and it's like, oh, like, ah, that's adorable and stuff. And you just see them, the guy's like, cracking open, making some coffee for this girl. And he's like, yeah, I'm so glad to be back, I'm sorry I couldn't get you anything for Christmas, And then she, like, grabs, like, a ribbon or something from, like, a stray Christmas present. She puts it on the guy's, like, shoulders. She's like, "You're my present for Christmas." And then Folgers, she's like, "The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup." Best thing about that commercial, they're brother and sister. And it's really awkward because it's like, oh, that's not brother and sister. That gaze, that look, that's just that's incest. I'm sorry, that can't be that. Nope. Oh, wait, the I just shit my pants commercial. Isn't it great? Like, either one of them. Shit my pants right here. It's so good. I love it. I love it. It just stands the test of time, and I wish if they could replay any ad. Just like, even in like a Super Bowl commercial, I would love to see that commercial again. I just love it so much. Yeah, I don't think it's even a Super Bowl commercial. It's just an ordinary, commercial. And it makes my day. And then my favorite foreign commercial is the Lon Lon Man. Where he's like, "Lon Lon Man." And that one is pretty infamous. I don't know if you've heard of it, but basically it's about this girl who's like dating this guy. And, this guy's like, he's got this like thing of gum called Lon Lon gum or whatever. And, it's like in these little bite-sized pieces. And she's like, yeah, I just really love things that are long, She's pointing to all these like long things, like, this giraffe's neck and shiz. And then there's this man off to the corner, and he's stripping off like this huge long thing of the gum, and it goes like, "Lon, Lon, man," and she's like, "Oh, frick, that's a lone man." And it's like this whole, it doesn't stop there though. There's this whole saga, like this whole like story that goes to it, and I find it fascinating. I won't spoil it. Just go watch it if you haven't yet. It is a piece of art, okay? Like, commercials, they're commercials, but Lon Lon Man, that is a story. That is a piece of art. Yeah, 6 minutes for the whole series. 6 minutes. A 6-minute masterpiece. But it's so worth it. And you just, I love it. I don't know. I remember watching it, I was like, what's so great about Lon Lon Man, No. If you have not seen the greatness of Lon Lon Man, you're missing out in life. Another great foreign commercial, that was my favorite up till I'd watched Lon Lon Man. It's this gum commercial, right? And, this guy's in this store, right? And he, his girlfriend's, like, getting on his case and like, what the frick are you doing, And pulls out like a stick of gum, and she like breathes the gum in, and then she turns into freaking Haruhi from Haruhi Suzumiya, and he's like, "Oh dear God!" And then another lady comes up behind him, and he's like, "What the frick did you just do to that girl?" And then she turns into the long-haired, big-boobed girl from that show, and she's like, "Honey-san," and he's like, "Oh frick, I gotta get out of here." And so he runs out of the store, and then, you know, gum commercial jingle happens. And then he breathes on a bunch of these cats, right? And they all turn into like a bunch of like Yuki Nagatos. They're like in cat costumes. And that's just where the commercial ends. It's really short, simple, and sweet. And I love it so much. I don't know what you'd look it up under. Just weird Haruhi Japanese gum commercial. But yeah, it's a good one too. And then real quick, my favorite wholesome commercial. There's this Campbell's chicken noodle soup commercial, right? Or was it Chef Boyardee? Yeah, I can't remember. It was basically this can. Let's go with Chef Boyardee. I can't quite remember. It's been a while. It just runs across this road, and it just goes on a journey, you know. And there's the sweet sounding music in the background, right? Until finally it lands at the feet of this little girl. It's like, huh. Then she opens it up and she just has herself a good old thing of either Chef Boyardee or chicken noodle soup. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, it is a cute one. I know they ran that one for a little while. And they still run it here and there, but it's like the stupid shortened version of it. I know, you gotta watch the full version. The full version is a whole. I love it. Well, with that, I'm gonna call it a night. I should probably get some sleep. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in. I had a fun time. I love just sitting back and playing Bejeweled. It's a good game. I wanna do. If I do late night streams anymore, I just want to play Bejeweled. And if I eventually get it, maybe Puzzle and Dragon. Just gotta set up my Switch again. I still haven't since my Christmas vacation. I gotta get that set up for Rune Factory 5, cause guess who's pre-ordered that game? It's me. I'm gonna be playing it like day freaking one if I can. So yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm so excited. It's gonna be hell not playing it as soon as it's available. But I'll try and save my first impressions for you guys. So I'll be nice. But yeah, that does it for me today. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I had a fun, albeit very dead brain tired time. Talk about commercials and shit. These are the best kind of streams. You get some sleep, and you get some sleep, and everybody gets some sleep. I love you all very much. Couldn't do this shiz without you guys. It was the best. Almost to 50 followers. It's just like, man, I can't believe I've already gotten this far. You guys are cool. I love you. Until next stream comes, as always, and forever. Bye you! Yeah, Lucifer.